Let's do this.
You are listening to High Minds, the podcast where we elevate the conversation on culture, sports, politics, and entertainment. Stay tuned for a higher perspective at the intersection of everything.
Oh.
All right.
Sorry we're late. A couple minutes late here. Trying to fix my laptop and also finish my hoop house today. I can show some pictures. I'm excited.
Oh yeah, I want to see that. You finish it all up.
Farmer Matt's excited. Yeah. Let me pull
Does
up
it
the
look
gram.
a lot bigger? Does it look like huge?
It's really fucking huge. Yeah, so this is High Minds. Welcome if you're watching live. What's up? If you're listening on the podcast thing, what's up? Got some exciting things to talk about. We got some interesting things to talk about. But first, I want to show. Let's see. I want to show
this
let's
project.
see this hoop house. I felt like a man building this. Mike and I built this. Mike Machuga, and it's really built well, and I feel really good about it.
Nice,
So
nice. Let's see this. Let's see it. Oh wow, dang, it is big.
Yeah. So there's the gram. Yeah, it's really fucking big. It's got windows and everything. You know.
Dang. Yeah, you'll be able to fit all kinds of shit in there. What are the dimensions again? 26
by 10 by like 7.
Yeah. Dang, that is a nice size.
So yeah, I built all this. It's like we got all these parts from this thing that was like bullshit, and then we kind of like jerry rigged everything. And built,
who took the pictures?
Well,
it's on the grass. And sorry, I'm a photographer, and I see something like that. I'm like, what the hell is that?
No, I know. I noticed that. So when you post on Instagram, no, you're right. I realized that after it moves that, like if you post like 4 pictures, you have to go move every one. And I was in a hurry, and I only I didn't have time to like move like the 3rd and 4th one.
No, when I see stuff like I know what happened because I know Instagram does that. If you don't know,
yeah,
nice steps. What is that?
I mean, he's look at it. Look at this picture. It's like a 85-year-old man took it.
No, it was just funny.
Yeah,
but so no, sweet. That's pretty cool. So when are you gonna start filling it with plant life?
Well, I suppose in spring here coming up soon, March. I got like a couple months to. I'm gonna do grow bags. I'm gonna do some other stuff. Do a bunch of starts. It's gonna be really exciting. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, we have 2 months, and I have to get water up there too. So
there's no water on the property.
No, there is. We just have to. We got to pipe it up there.
Yeah.
Just pipe it up the hill.
Pipe it up. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of exciting. I know it's gonna be a good year for growing. So
I'm not gonna be weed poor anymore. I'll say that.
You're gonna start becoming weed rich. I remember when I was weed rich. Oh gosh, you're just like rolling joints all the time, and like when you roll joints, there's so much like you just use so much, and yeah, when you just have it like jars, you're just like then it's gone, and then you're like, oh yeah, then you sell your property and you're not growing there anymore. You're like, damn, I miss those.
I don't plan on selling that, but yeah. It's pretty exciting. There'll be other things. I want to try to do like avocados or even bananas.
See, avocados would be.
They take a lot of water though.
How do they?
I love avocados though.
Yeah, avocados would be a good one.
Yeah,
avocados. What
if I could do mangoes?
Oh, mangoes would be sweet.
There ain't no way. Like you'd have to really keep it warm in there.
I tried growing a pineapple.
Did you? Where? In your greenhouse?
In my backyard when I was in Chico. I saw a video and they took the top off.
Yeah.
And like put it in water for a while. Like you put it in water.
Yeah.
And it started to kind of like sprout on the bottom a little bit. So I took it out and put it in my box where I had my strawberries and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And it started to grow. The head thing started like getting bushier. And then it kind of, I don't know if it's got too hot. But yeah, I was like, whoa, it actually is kind of working. I don't know if it would have produced a pineapple, but it started to grow.
I would love to grow a pineapple. Be the only Paradise, California pineapple in the history.
Yeah. Be pretty cool.
But I don't know. Even a greenhouse, I don't think can keep
I don't know the temperatures of the environment for pineapple.
But. Yeah, you can't. I mean, you can't let it freeze, obviously. I think in a good greenhouse, you can get about 25 degrees above ambient. So I got to like put in I got to get like black barrels, fill it with water. And during the day, it heats up the water. And at night, it radiates the heat. So like little radiators.
Yeah, okay.
So if I can keep it 20 to 25 degrees above outside temperature, like it won't freeze, but it'll still get like in the 50s probably.
You should just try growing some crazy stuff. Like just like a
banana. little banana tree.
See if you can get the right conditions.
Dude, if you could grow for a banana, you have to have 18 months of frost-free temperature to grow a banana that actually produces fruit. Like you can grow a banana tree in Chico, you just never get fruit.
Yeah, you just never get the banana.
You'll never get the banana.
That seems like that's a lot. 18 months. That's especially being up there because it gets cold.
No, I know. So you'd have to keep it from freezing in the greenhouse.
So you'd
have to be smart with your. I mean, because I don't have electricity up there, so I have to be smart with my natural radiators.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's cool. Yeah. That's exciting.
Yeah, it's cool.
Congratulations on your first major weather. Is that like your first kind of big build?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I mean, we've planted a bunch of trees. I've got like a chicken run and a coop. So that was the big one. And I'm building a shade structure for them as well. But this is like the first thing where I like built it like a man. Like my hands hurt and they're dry and ashy. I'm all ashy right now. It's gross.
I know my hands have gotten soft again finally. My hands were so, I mean, you can still kind of see they're just.
Mine are weathered.
25 years of cardboard boxes and just all day, every day, just
all day
sucks all the moisture out of your hands. So they were like leather for years. I would just pick stuff up out of
imagine handling boxes really all day. You don't think about that, huh?
Yeah, it's just the cardboard just sucks the moisture right out. So when you're holding it all day, just all day, flinging 300, 400, 500 boxes all day, you're
all in queue.
Yeah, your hands just suck the moisture out. So it's just like leather, calloused, and I would grab stuff out of the oven really fast. Like if it was kind of quick, I'd just throw it on there. I can just pick it up and grab it.
Oh, see, I can do that now. I was making like a quesadilla. I just decided to flip it with my hand. I was like, I feel like an old Mexican lady.
Do tortillas with the oven, just in the flames.
Just fuck it, like just pick it up. Check out what I got with my lady. So I have all these broads, and no, these are not bird flu. Look at I got gold here, dude.
That's like what? Jeez, like $25 worth of eggs. I know. Dang, you better watch it.
I treat those ladies well, and we're gonna have to get guard dogs.
I know, just to prick the chickens. That's one thing I miss. It's having those fresh eggs,
and they're laying in the middle of winter. I got 10 eggs here, and I was up there like 3 days ago.
That's so crazy. That's good. That's crazy.
It's really good.
I know. Just tried to buy eggs today. They were out.
They were really. Where were you?
Sam's Club.
Oh shit! That's like Costco, ain't it?
Yeah, they were out. Fuck. It's crazy.
Out. What's the price? I don't even look at the store because I get enough eggs.
I think here there were $7.50.
I guess that's
dozen. Fuck. Right now. So I've been just the organic like ones like that are selling for $7.50, $8 here. The same price. I'm like, what the hell? I'm just gonna buy those then. Yeah, I was like, all right.
I thought they'd be over 10.
I bought some. So did I. That's why I'm like, I bought some like blue eggs.
Oh yeah. See, I've got the.
They were like blue. And
hey, what's up, Felix? What's good, man? Yeah, I got these. These are these blue or green? I think these are blue. These are Oricana.
Yeah, that's what I look like. And the yolk is like dark orange.
Oh, that's how you know they're eating good.
Yeah, these were
if I make eggs with my eggs versus the ones I get at the grocery store, those will be yellow. The eggs that we have, because we feed them good shit, and we feed them like they live the Kush life, man.
Yeah, no, they're eating.
They get the orange yolks. They're happy, healthy.
And then when you have, so I'll have like 3.
I'm gonna be pissed if they all have bird flu eventually. Fuck.
Yeah, fuck that. But if I have one of those eggs, 2 of those eggs, I'm like good, because they're just so like dense. And
what's your best egg dish? Felix saying Matt's gonna make himself a fire ass egg sandwich. Yeah, I got something that I created. What's your best egg dish?
My egg dish. So this is what my thing I've been doing for years. So mine is it's kind of a.
I think I know what it is.
The chiquilillas a little bit, but it's the corn tortilla. So I fry up corn tortilla in oil and salt, pepper, and stuff, and then I throw some scrambled eggs in it and just scramble it, and the oil kind of gives it a little crisp. Not a ton of oil, just enough, because the tortilla will soak up the oil. You don't want your tortillas dry. You don't want a dry corn tortilla in there, so you got to make sure and it get like a nice crisp on them, and then you throw salt and stuff on there, kind of. So not quite like a chip, but still a little flax. And then sometimes I'll throw chorizo in there to just mix it up, with some spice.
I haven't had chorizo in a minute. That's like my favorite thing.
It's one of my favorites.
It's so good.
We have it here probably 3-4 times a week.
Oh, really?
My kids eat it though. Yeah, Marcus lives off that stuff. If I buy it, he eats all of it, so I have to like hide it. So, but that's like my love that egg dish. That's like my go-to egg dish at night when I'm hungry. I just want to snack. I just grab like 2 corn tortillas, throw them in there, fry them up a little bit, and then throw a scrambled egg in there, salt, pepper.
You got me on that. You got me on that for a little bit. Yeah, you got to have the hot sauce. I started doing this thing. It's the same premise. It's the same ingredients. It's oil and the corn tortilla. But what I was doing was like, so I would shred cheese and line like the edge of the tortilla and cheese, so it's going to caramelize. And then I crack an egg in the middle, and then I put another tortilla on it, and eventually flip it, and then creme fraiche, cilantro, salsa, avocado, and then like if it's seasoned, jalapenos or poblanos or whatever. Oh my god, I did that for breakfast this morning. It's fucking amazing. Oh, it's the same premise though. It's the oil and it's crisping up the tortillas, and then it's the frying the egg, and it's oh my Lord, have mercy.
It's delicious. You can add. That's why sometimes I'll add stuff to it if I'm, but for the most part, it's always just the eggs and tortilla, and it's just even like it's kind of like my at night too when we out drinking, come home. It's just so good. It's kind of comfort food to me now.
Or if you got the munchies or something.
Yeah,
I might do it after this podcast because I've been building that goddamn hoop house. I still got my boots on. Yeah. I might make that, man. But if you do make scrambled eggs, the way I do it, I do like the slow method, and then I either do creme fraiche in there or sour cream, or I've been doing like cream cheese with the scrambled eggs, and you just cook them a little bit under, just a little under. And people are a little freaked out by that, but you really don't have to be. Just cook them a little.
Well, that's what I do.
The
same thing. It's the same thing with the eggs and tortilla. I cook the egg where when you're cooking it, the egg, it's starting to scramble, but it's not. You don't want to overcook it because then it gets dry, and then you get dry eggs. So you have to like pull it off when on the tortilla you barely see, like it might be like a little bit of like egg, like kind of rawish egg, but not. And then you pull it off, put it in your plate because it's going to continue to cook.
It's going to keep cooking.
It's going to steam. Yeah, it'll steam cook it and it'll finish it to perfect. But if you cook it to where it's like totally just done, and then you put it on your plate, it's going to continue to cook, and then the eggs get dry. If you don't put creme fraiche or you put something in them.
Yeah.
But I don't. I just usually just crack two eggs in there and I just mix it. And then
if you're doing the thing, no, I don't. I only do the creme fraiche or the cream cheese in the scramble. Yeah.
Yeah, I never do it with that.
Oh yeah.
But you could add whatever you want to it too. You can add bacon bits. Sometimes you'll throw bacon bits. Like Sarah throws bacon bits in it, or leftover. Sometimes let's throw leftover dinner.
What do you like better, sausage or bacon? If you had to pick one.
See, it depends. What am I having? If I'm that changes for me because I don't like having bacon in my breakfast sandwiches. I prefer sausage, but then when I have like just eggs, like eggs, toast,
eggs and bacon,
I want bacon. I want.
You go crispy. You go crispy on the bacon.
No, I don't like crispy. I like.
Oh, you don't?
I like the flop.
That's how my daughter is. It's like floppy and half alive. I'm like, oh no.
I put it in the oven. So this is what I do. I put it in the oven.
Crisp that shit up, man.
At about almost as low as the oven will go. I'll get up like at 5 a.m, put it in the oven, like, some nice thick cut bacon, put it in there almost the lowest oven can go and just let it sit there for like an hour.
Like $1.50.
Oh yeah. Like 175, like an hour and a half, just like long. And then you get up, a couple hours later, you pull out and it's like butter. It melts in your mouth. It's so good.
Yeah, so good. I could see that. But to me, you got to get you got to get the caramelization though.
I like my bacon that way for breakfast. I don't know why. Right. Now, like when we went to that Thai place and they did that pork fat thing like that, you know how when you bit into the crisp, that fat inside, how it just melted.
Melted. But like those still had the crispy ends though.
Yeah, the crispy was good on the outside.
It had the burnt end and then the buttery in the middle.
Oh, breakfast bacon though, I like that floppy. I don't know. Sarah's like a crisp. Same thing.
Like a chip.
Yeah, I don't like that. It's too much.
That's a little too much for me, but yeah.
Takes the flavor all out of it.
Yeah,
you need
I can see that.
But that's why I do it slow. So it's like it's just
slow and low.
Melting it. Yeah, slow and low for a long. You have to have patience because it's going to smell the whole house up.
This makes me want to shut this show down right now and go eat, man. Like, all right, that's a wrap.
But
Felix, thanks for listening. Everyone, thanks for listening. I got to go make some food.
but yeah, so we can get off food now since you're starving.
Yeah, otherwise I'm going to make myself too hungry. Why don't you tell us about this? Well, actually, let's just say this. We have some there's exciting news that we have. Hopefully, Choir is going to be working with a promoter for our network, including this show. So hopefully we're going to be getting a bunch of new listeners coming up. And then we've got some other shit that we can't even talk about, but like fun shit's happening. Like
some things are happening
behind the scenes, something exciting is happening, and that's all we can say. That's it.
So hopefully maybe in the next, it's probably going to be another month or two.
Oh, at least
before I want to say anything. So
yeah,
but it's exciting news.
It is exciting.
So
yeah,
2025 is going to be a big year. So
big year,
big year,
and a terrifying year for a lot of people. But hey, tell us about this weekend. What did you?
The last 4 days there, or last week, Wednesday, Thursday.
You got to go hang out with a bunch of porn stars.
Yeah, the AVN convention or expo or whatever you want to call it, awards were in town, and at the Virgin Hotel in Casino.
Ironic.
I know that's where it's been for years. It was the Hard Rock, and then switched to Virgin, and they went over to Resorts World, but now they're back at the Virgin. Yeah, and they have a convention like the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday morning, and then they have like the award show Saturday night. And they also have parties without.
Is the award show like a like
it's what you think
Academy Awards, but
yeah, it's their it's their big yearly moment.
Best porn star of the year. Best
I don't go to that. I don't do that. I just do.
Is it really like that? Like best blowjob?
Yeah.
Like,
best solo scene, best gangbang, best orgy, best all of that stuff. Best
and the award goes
BJ. Yeah. Best group orgy. Best. There's all kinds of that. Best now.
That would be fun. You didn't go to that?
No. What do I want to go to that for? That's just.
I don't know. I would just
sit there
Sounds hilarious.
Yeah, but I just do the
convention part.
And all I do is I do freelance media pictures for local for V News out here that distributes stuff too. So I just go to a lot of local things. So I get to go to do this one, and this one's fun. And I just go around taking pictures, and I get pretty much VIP access to everything. I can go to parties. I didn't do any of the parties this year. Last year? Yeah, I did one last year, the white party, and it's just a party with porn stars and industry people. It's
all white people.
Yeah, all white people dressed in white.
No, you're dressed in white, right?
Yeah. It's just a party. I mean, it's no different than any other big party in Vegas. Yeah. Girls wear just the same amount if you go to a club out here anyway. So, but it's pretty wild. It's pretty crazy to see. Like I was telling you, is the way that industry has changed from when we growing up. It was magazines, VHS tapes. It was a different world. For some reason in Paradise, they'd always have them in the middle of the forest. You find dirty magazines.
You found dirty magazines in the middle of the forest? Wait, what? Really? Multiple times?
Yeah, we used to hike. So a friend used to live off, by the canyon, and we just hike down to Feather River.
We're like Sawmill, that area? The Head Dam?
Or behind, right behind, is that where's Sawmill? Yeah, Sawmill Peak. Not Sawmill Peak.
Yeah, but if you go up Koodaling to the right, Sawmill.
No, not there. That's right. That's where I got my accident. But no, we would go down by the hospital, Feather River Hospital, back behind there, and go to the Flumes.
And you'd find nudie mags?
Oh yeah, you just go. There'd be
Hustler?
You go hiking down because there's trails you hike down, and then there'd be areas you can see where people have made to sit, and then you'd find dirty magazines and shit. Dude, it was weird. It was wild. Oh, yeah, it was weird. It's like a known thing up there. People say that it's creepy. But anyways,
no, I just imagine why do you leave the magazine there?
I think because they can't take them at home, so they go down there and they're away from everyone out in the forest by themselves. I guess I don't know.
What if it rains? It's gonna ruin the magazine. They build a little tent for it.
It's in
a little chest.
Yeah, it would be like there'd be wood and a pile you'd see them stuffed in.
Oh my god, it was that's weird. Hilarious.
We ran across the same place. It was always the same place. But yeah, it was back in the day. That's how the porn was, and now it's digital. Everything's digital. Everything is downloadable. Everything, yeah. So there is magazines are pretty much gone. VHS tapes, forget it. So you don't get none of that stuff. But it's also how it's changed. It's turned into cam girls. A lot of camming, where like this,
like OnlyFans.
Yeah, well, no, not even like OnlyFans, because OnlyFans is more like you're buying, I think, videos. You're buying stuff.
Well, I think OnlyFans is a subscription, right? Like it's like
so they put out
a month or whatever. Yeah,
and they're putting out a video, and you get to watch their video. Here camming is like this, literally like us right now. You're talking to each other live, and you can pay. I can pay you for your time. So it's this interaction now. And
so you would pay me for the time if I had my
so say you're a cammer, and you're and I would whatever your tip is, like $100 for 30 minutes.
That's just gonna cost you. Hell yeah.
I know it costs it. That's why these girls are making crazy amounts of money, and then they'll go do live. So that's what they'll do. They'll do a live, and they'll just be live in front of in their bedroom or in a little studio they make. So it's turned into that where people are watching on the internet that way, and they're literally by themselves or they're with a friend. And they're getting tipped, ding, tip. And if you tip them, they'll do certain things. Like you tip them $50,
I'll do certain things right now. What do you guys want to tip me?
But seriously, that's how it. And so that's how these girls are doing it. And they'll have, some of them have subscription, like OnlyFans is subscription, stuff like that, where these cam sites are more anybody can watch, but you're not going to get anything until you start giving them money. But where the industry,
I wonder if it's better for them though.
Well, yeah. 100%. You're controlling the environment. You're controlling everything.
You're controlling your content, everything.
You're controlling your content. You're controlling your environment. You're controlling who's in your bedroom. You're controlling everything. And a lot of these girls don't even have sex on camera. So they're not even having sex. They're just, flirting with these guys, and maybe they're having sex with themselves, but they're not. You know what I mean? They're not sleeping with a bunch of men. It's like that's where it's changed. Where back in the day, porn, these movies, you had these actors and actresses sleeping with 10,
but it's the
guys
production companies that probably made all the money.
Yeah, and the production's taking all the cash and they're giving them their $500 a scene or $1,000 a scene.
Yeah.
Where now it's like you have these cam companies are taking a cut, but these girls are still making
the splits are a lot higher, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's
for the creator.
Yeah, and you're able to like interact with that's the weird part though, is you're able to interact with them live and you're literally talking to them. And then you go to these conventions and they're there and you're seeing them. And you're seeing, fans, like not just men, women, man, that are like freaking out when they see these like people. They're like, shaking.
I bet you get a lot of guys that think like it's like the guy who thinks the stripper likes him. I bet you get a lot of guys.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, yeah, with everything and anything. Yeah. And then you get a lot that don't. They just, they interact, they see them, they like their content, and and you can find your flavor, and it's anything and everything. If you think it's weird or if you think it's crazy, you'll find it. You'll find someone that's into it,
guaranteed.
And so it's like, yeah, and these people are spending hundreds of dollars a month on these girls. These girls are having 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 followers, and that are giving them $100, $200, $300
as long as their splits are good. I don't know why we make taboo like when it comes to like sex or erotica. I don't know why it has to be so taboo. Like if the girls are like own their content and they get good splits, like fucking go for it. Like what the fuck's the problem?
And that's I think that's where it's changed. This industry is changing. You still have movies, you still have productions, you still have that. It's just not as dominant. Like it was just a monopoly back in the day. That's all you had to,
Well, and they probably treated them like shit. And now
I'm sure there's horror stories of stuff.
Oh, it has to be. And I'm sure there's still that today.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sure there are also like some people freak out when you're like, oh, ethical porn. When you hear that, like, how can it be ethical porn? I'm like, well, it can be if you just think about it.
Yeah,
I mean, shit. So, but again, I just think of it like a business person. Like, if you own your content and you get good splits, you're doing better than. The music industry is the same way. The movie industry is the same way. The fucking podcast industry is the same way. Like every industry is the same way.
Yeah.
There's good
porn industries. Yeah. And the porn industry has gotten, to that point where, I think you're starting to see. I don't know the exact, numbers of stuff of what they're getting, but I know for them, I would guess maybe as if you're going to get into this, a safety kind of thing, you're, like I said, you're controlling your environment. You're doing it in your house. No one knows where you live. If you're smart enough, you don't, which most of them don't, no one knows where they live or where they're at. You're only seeing a room. You know what I mean? They're controlling what they're putting out. So, we're
pardon the pun.
Yeah. And you're controlling on who you're sleeping with and what you're doing. You're not doing anything you don't want to do. Because it's literally your channel, it's your thing. So you can charge and do what you want, and if people are going to pay it, they're going to pay it.
If people wanted to pay you for doing stuff, would you do something like that? Would you ever do porn?
How much? Not porn.
Everyone's got a price.
Porn. I don't know. I don't know if I know. I'd be too quick. I wouldn't last.
If someone offered you $500,000 though, like, I mean, just create like.
Well, yeah, well, yeah, but don't expect much.
It's gonna be quick
like shit. Yeah. Right. Action and cut. That's it. Got to do it one take.
This goes in the blooper reel.
Yeah, but then it's out for everyone to see. And
it lives on the internet forever. Yeah, I mean, if you don't give it, Yeah. But then your kids grow up and they have the internet too. That'd be the worst. Like someone stumbling stumbling upon like.
Yeah. I don't know though, man. My kids are different. Like there's nothing
phases
these kids. It's weird. Yeah, it's like they don't give a shit about anything. Like they're not even on social medias. It's crazy.
Your kids aren't? None of them?
No, I mean they're like barely on. Well, my daughter is. Natalia, I think, is a little bit. But all my other boys,
I think I've seen her on Instagram or TikTok.
Yeah, she is. But like my boys, they do Snapchat. Like they're on there, but they're not on. They don't post anything. They don't do any. Like I don't know. There's things I call Snapchat. I don't know the shit they do with that.
But yeah,
I'm not old guy. I don't know that
shit. She says snapping, and then it takes me a second. What the fuck are you talking about? Snapping?
Yeah,
but like snapping. All right, let's take a quick break because I gotta get some water because I got the dry mouth.
Yeah, so do I.
Could you imagine?
I don't know why.
Can you imagine why? I can't figure out why.
Oh yeah. I needed that.
All right, we're back.
The one thing I'll tell you that's what I'm seeing, what I was seeing a lot of is like cosplay characters.
Oh yeah, I saw the post you put on the gram there.
And it's characters from everything, and there were some good ones.
Well, you posted that Woody from
Toy Story? Dare Taylor. I didn't know who she.
I'll put your gram up there. So follow you there. So go check out.
Yeah. That's the thing too. Is I know any of the talent. I didn't know any of them. I haven't followed porn and stuff in years, so I didn't know anybody.
Of course, you're saying that.
No, if I do, it's like shit online and stuff. But I don't go to I don't watch porn movies and stuff. I don't know actresses. I don't know cam girls. I knew the cam thing was a big thing. So from last year.
You still buy DVDs? I don't even know if my DVD player would work.
No, but I'm wanting to get back into it.
DVDs. What if you just started collecting porn DVDs?
Just go back to old school porn DVDs. Just be that old perv you have in your house. Just a bookshelf of porn DVDs. Don't even have a DVD player. Just got a bunch of porn DVDs. It's just
all organized too. It's just so perfectly organized.
Alphabetical order.
Alphabetical.
Don't own a DVD player, but hey,
color coordinated.
I like the cases, the jewel case.
You're a connoisseur. Vintage.
But, yeah, this is a cosplayer things, and there were some actually pretty cool. That Woody, met her. She's not even like a porn actress. Like she does all kinds of things, and I didn't realize later. She has a huge following. I didn't know that. And I did some photos for her real quick, but there. The one I thought that was the best, and I couldn't get a picture of. I was too late. Was from Street Fighter, Chun-Li. Remember
the quick leg?
There was someone. Yeah. Cool. Oh yeah. I was because I'm like looking at these characters like, oh, that's cool. Like Woody was cool.
Double pigtails, right? Like the.
Oh, she looked, and she was Asian, and you could tell she played it because she knew she looked like, and she looked like it tall.
That was a fun game. Did you like that or Mortal Kombat better? I like Street Fighter.
I like Street Fighter.
Same.
Street Fighter's better. Yeah, I love Street Fighter.
Who'd you play with?
My guy was Blanca.
Blanca, with the electric.
I do the little stupid moves and then but she looked just like her. And it was like, whoa. That was when I was like, dang. I was like watching. I didn't even take a picture. I'm like, holy cow. Like, she looked good. And I'm like, dang. So you could see. That's what I'm like saying. It's how things are changing. You saw a lot of that. A lot of characters, a lot of costumes, a lot of just like whip and chain stuff. But it's just weird to see how the whole kind of industry is changing. There was more cam booths than there was like to see stars like that star in movies, you know. So which it's so you can see it's the change a little bit, but yeah. So I don't know. It was fun. It's one of those things. It's fun to go to, but after the first day, after about 2 hours, after I made my rounds, I did twice.
And you mentioned people had BO. What is with that? Yeah. Why is there so much BO at the adult convention? Just so. Is the stereotype true that there's people like men crawling out of their basement to go to this or something?
Yeah, there's some that look like they
haven't been out in a while.
It's everything from that to people that come out in suits and ties like they just came from court, like they're a lawyer.
Yeah.
And then you get everything in between. It's everything. But yes, I don't understand the smell. I get it if you don't have clothes that are whatever that are a little, but the smell was.
I get it if you're.
And it was warm in there, so when you get that many people in there and those conference rooms and stuff, that it started getting warm, and it was just people were sweating because everyone's moving and walking the whole time, and so you would just get this. That was the only thing that I'd like. After a couple hours, I'm like, I gotta get out of here. We have to go outside.
Funky, huh? Do you feel like it's sticking to you somehow? Like
it's just gross because it gets stuck in your nose. So you're outside and you're still smelling like you'll get whiffs of it, like phantom whiffs of it. And then you're like thinking it's you. So you're like walking around, keep smelling you. Like, is it me? Then I start worrying. So I go to the bathroom and like grab a towel, like rub, like no, it's not me. Yeah, it's like but so every now and then you get some.
If you're feeling self-conscious, it's not you. It's definitely the dirty people.
Yeah, but it was like to the point where other people would notice. You're walking around, people would just be like, "Oh shit!"
It's wild.
So I was like, "Dude,
how many people do you think were there? Like thousands?"
Yeah, I'm sure over the 4 days, thousands. Yeah. It was a huge thing. So Virgin employees were picketing. They were on strike. They've been on strike for a while.
Oh, really?
For months. Okay. And the Virgin.
Does this have any relation to the business Virgin Records?
It's Branson's. Is he Virgin Records also? Richard Branson.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe. It's his. It's Virgin Airlines, Virgin Hotel, Virgin. It's a whole brand. It's a Virgin brand.
Okay.
But they were owned by the gaming was run by an India casino. So, and now they're out of it, and I think Virgin is taking it back over recently.
All right.
But anyways, they're off the strip a couple blocks, so they need to try to draw people from the strip. So before, when it was Hard Rock, I heard it was pretty cool. It was really cool. They catered a lot of local music, stuff like that, venues. A lot of cool bands would come in. Recently, it's been struggling. But so they've been on strike. So with the AVNs coming to town, they had to, they made them come to an agreement, or else they weren't going to have AVNs there. They wouldn't have the.
It's probably a lot of money.
Oh, it was So there's a big enough crowd and a big enough chunk of money coming that it made the casino finally agree to the terms for that they've been on strike for a while. It's been a while, so it was a huge.
Did the workers get what they want?
I'm sure they had to concede some stuff, but yeah, all they wanted really was the same things that the rest of the casinos that just agreed upon, other unions. They wanted the same deal that everyone else is getting.
And they got something similar. So look at porn helped bring about workers' rights in America in a day and age where that doesn't happen very often. So
yeah, and it was getting that sucked too, because it was getting kind of an ugly strike too, because like to the point where you wouldn't want to go in there because people would yell at you if you go in there, like people that were on strike. No, they're not supposed to do that, but they would. Yeah. So it's just, and then they were getting the Virgin was treating them like it was just dumb.
I don't get why these corporations, man, like Like some of them have so much profits, and they're like, just give the workers a bunch of money. Like you have so much profits. Like what the fuck are you doing?
They could.
It's going to be better for all of us if everyone's doing well. Even the rich people. Like you ever think like if you got a bunch of money, you would want all of society to be doing well because you're going to do well. Like, but these corporations, these cunts get super selfish. They think like just by hoarding it. You never watched Scrooge McDuck? Nothing like that.
I mean, they do hoard a lot of it, but then a lot of it goes back to your stockholders when you're getting dividends.
Shareholders, all those.
So the share. That's why you will never see that happen because you need to profit every year. Your stock needs to go up,
and your profit needs to go up. Your margins need to increase
every year. If you're not, then you're losing money, and then and then these people that have 20,000 shares in a company that are getting 70 cents a share on dividends, that's a lot of money. They're getting dividends 3 times a year.
But why did they need more? What are they doing that they need to do more?
They want more money. The people that like everyone that invests, you buy stock. Like when you're buying when I was buying stock, same thing. When I would buy UPS stock, and their dividends were $1 a share. Like I was getting $1 a share dividend. So when people that had 20, 30, 40, 50, 100,000, 200,000 shares, they're getting $200,000 3 times a year from just dividends, which is the profits that company's making. So they want that every year. They're not going to go like, oh shit, well, we gave it to our employees, so now you guys are only getting a 75 cent. They're like, fuck that. I just took, millions of dollars of cut the people that, that own the shares. And then your stock's going to end up just because people say, well, I'm going to go invest in a company. I'm going to get better return. But that's why they do that bullshit. So that's what happened with UPS. UPS was privately owned.
Yeah.
Or, and then they went public, which, made a shit ton of money for a lot of people. And when they did that, it was only a matter of time before UPS would become shitty, and everyone knew it, and I knew it. That's why I was trying to plan a way out, because now they answer to shareholders, they answer to a board. They don't answer to what employees need or what it's what the shareholders need. Is to keep our stocks, keep everything up. So that's why the company every year management it sucks. They kept stripping everything from them. They strip everything. We don't get
UPS used to be known as doing well by everyone.
Oh,
it was like the Costco of delivery.
And they pay their employees well. They did. Benefits, pensions, all those benefits for their employees were awesome.
Compared to like FedEx or some shit.
Oh yeah. But then they would take, at management that wasn't union, they would strip them of, their benefits. They would change their stuff. They'd screw over everything else. They'd take away, to the point where we didn't get turkeys at, Christmas. When, we used to get a turkey. Then it was a voucher for a turkey. Then they took the voucher for the free turkey away because they had to cut it. We had to make cuts because we needed profit. And it's not like they weren't making money. They're making
still
money.
making money.
They just need to make more money. They need to make their, and
that's because it's shareholders entirely. It has to be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then so that's why I'm like going at a certain point. There's a ceiling, and like UPS is like they're gonna hit the ceiling because, at a certain point also you only can get so many raises. You can't keep getting over $1 an hour raise a year to every employees. Excuse me. When I left, and this was years ago. I've been gone 2, 3, 4 years. 4 years now. Mm-hmm. When I left, I was, hitting over $40 an hour. And I'm like, 4 years later now, this guy's probably at 40 something, 44. And it has to stop at some point. You can't keep going. They can't keep going. They could do it. But now the shareholders aren't going to be getting those, $1.10 dividends.
Mm-hmm.
But you see what I'm saying? It's like you can, but they're not going to because you're not going to, slap the hand that's feeding you now that runs you. When your shareholders, whoever owns the most shares runs the fucking company now. That's how, I think, these billionaires run companies. They just buy enough fucking shares that they have a majority say in what, the majority votes. Some shit like that. I don't know. I'm not an expert on that shit, but
yeah, that's what totally, sucks. That's exactly it. Like you're beholden to the shareholders. Mm-hmm. You're beholden. Yeah, it's not your company anymore.
No, once you go public, you're selling your company basically. Yeah, you're there, but they could I think boot you. You know, they can from making decisions of anything.
Yeah, just because you're the founder of some shit. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think once you go public, I think isn't that kind of selling it? You're selling it to the public. You know, now the public owns it. It's the stock market. Everyone. I don't know. But that's what those fucking companies do, and so it's like they're making these billions, but they're also a lot of people that are screaming at them are wanting them to make those billions because they're invested in it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you guys fucking suck, but I need to retire and I need these stocks to keep doing well. Well, you can't have, you know, it's hard to have both.
Capitalism is a bit of a bitch. Yeah. like the game Monopoly is like, it's supposed to me, like Monopoly is like a warning. The game, you know, like one motherfucker is going to come out and own all your asses. Like this seems like life lesson here.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what, as I said, working at UPS, I could just see it. I got to live through, you know, the public going public and then watching the company just slowly eat itself.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like I said, it's not like it's horrible. It's not like they treat, financially, and you know that way they treat you very well, but you're also giving physically and mentally in your time.
Yeah,
sometimes it's not worth it.
Oh, totally.
But you know, like for management there, it's one of those companies where, you know, I had friends in our management and they basically said, you know, we're number one now. Your family and your wife, sorry, we're number one. If we need you on the weekend, you're working. We need you to, you know, travel here. You're going. It's not, no, I can't. I have, you know, my kid something. No, you're going. It's like, fuck that. They own you. That's what they want. And those people that do that are the ones that succeed and end up at the top, but they have no fucking life because your life is that job. It's not worth it. Not worth it. But that's, it's just, it's wild.
I'd rather just stay independent with things, man. Like,
yeah. And that's what's crazy. That's what sucks with that company too, because the founder, John Casey, he's the one that brought the union in. Mm-hmm. Because when he left, he knew those motherfuckers were going to ruin it. They were going to ruin the company. And which eventually it took him forever, but he would come in when he was around and he'd go to all the UPSs, and he went to the Chico Center, wherever it was at the time, wasn't where it was at where we were there. And he would walk in, you know, you have our people, and he'd go, I want the top, 10 seniority guys to step out, and the 10 seniority guys step out, and he's like, all right, you guys going to lunch with me. And then he had his 10 supervisors, you're doing their route. You know, he would come in, he would they'd have bonus. He was just one of those guys that he took care of, and he did. They pay us well. Like I said, everything we got was incredible. I have a pension, I have a 401k, I had stock, I have, benefits. Like I had 9 weeks vacation, I had 12 sick days, it was like they treated you well that way.
Yeah.
But I gave up pretty much my personal life and pretty much my body. My knees are gone. My hands messed up. That's why I left. That's why I left early. It was taking more than it was giving. I had 5 surgeries within, a 2-year period. I'm like, I'm not going down that road, because most of those guys, that's what happens. They end up having
what can Brown do for you?
Yeah, messed up knees, messed up back, and I'm like, I'm not going out like Willie Lump. So I bounced. But yeah, it's the same thing though. Corporate thing. You can see it's happening, getting taken over. It's like, damn.
I feel like every time it's like a corporation like that, it kind of goes that route. Like it's rare where, like when you find like a company like Arizona or something, they have never raised their prices or something. The guy's still a billionaire. It's like, that's pretty rare though. Like most of them just keep going down this route that like
Dr. Bronner's, that company.
Which one is
that? It's a crazy company. The soap company. They just do soap. Yeah, their starting, I think, pays like $27 an hour is where you start. The owners, they will never make more than 5 times the lowest hourly employees rate.
I like that as a policy.
So they make whatever $250 an hour or something, which for a CEO is nothing. I mean, they're usually making that a second, a minute. Like they're making millions of dollars. So, a company like that, they have a free vegan meal every day. They have childcare service for their employees, like $7,500 credit, childcare if you need childcare. It's like I follow them and stuff but I've been looking into that company like, damn, they're in.
But those companies stand out though because that's not the norm. Like
and they're doing well.
The way we've structured Choir is like all of our authors get 60% and we get 40%. Like in different contracts, we might get 25 and someone else gets 35. Like, and you just have to do it that way. Otherwise, like greed takes over. Like you have to set it up to where other people are doing better. Like if you have people, it's rare.
Yeah. And their profits and their profits that they make. So their profits, what they do, they donate. It gets donated to charities, donate different things, food banks, all that stuff. So it's not like they're just sitting there, just stashing money. No, they get their salaries and everything over that they, put back in their business and then donate. Which is cool. Crazy.
And just to be clear, they're not a sponsor to the show. That's just
I wish. But no, it's just a company like that's just like, damn. And it can be done. That's the thing. It can be done.
That's the thing.
100% be done. And everyone can still. Like, come on, really? Does a CEO or someone that owns a company need to make, $500-600 million a year, or $4 million a year, and then they go, they make $4 million a year, and but your fucking bonus is $50 million. That's what.
And your employees are struggling. Like that's what I don't get. Like some of your employees work a second job. Some are single moms. They can't put like. How do you like that? That's not.
They don't care. They just don't care. It sucks.
I don't know how you don't care though. Like you're really just
a lot of times because it's never happened to you. As I said, it's weird. That's why that's what's changed me.
Or anything.
That's what's changed me. Is like I grew up with up here and then way down here and then back, but which kind of woke me up. But then after the fire and everything, where we were homeless for 4 months, living in an orchard. I didn't have a house and like not knowing what am I going to do? Like, where am I going to when you don't have a home or anything like that, it's you kind of understand a little bit like going, fuck, at least I have something hopefully coming out of this.
Mm-hmm.
And then if I didn't, knowing like this is my rest of my life, like those 4 months is like, I've blacked it out in my mind. There's things Sarah will bring up that I won't remember, and she'll start talking about it, and then I'll start coming back. And it was that when you don't have that, it makes you, it changes you. Like, damn, it does, and you understand things a little more.
These billionaires haven't faced that.
It's like, and then you really like, you know what? It's until you. The only time they change is when it happens to them personally.
Has to happen.
When something horrible happens to them personally, then they're like, oh,
it has to.
But
you grew up like poor at some points too, right? Like,
I mean,
that's how I was. Like, we had money at some points, and at some points we had nothing. I mean, like, living with my grandparents.
High school, in high school, we lived in a single wide mobile home. My sister and I shared a room. My parents slept in the living room. We had a bullet hole through our front window.
That's funny. My dressers had bullet holes from my first dressers when I was in San Jose. I had bullet holes.
We had a crazy neighbor across the street, and he had a shootout with the sheriffs a couple times. And one of the times, we weren't home. We were at school and stuff, and no one's at home. But we came home, and the neighbor said, he went crazy again and went shooting and stuff. And then we didn't even know it. And like 2 days later, my mom's like in the living room, like going, "Why am I feeling a draft?" And she went to the window and opened our blinds. Have the stupid old blinds that always got all messed up. And there was a bullet hole, and it went up into the ceiling we never even notice it.
Wow.
I'm like, holy shit. But he had that, I think, twice. But that's fucking neighborhood we grew up in. My house had an axle. Yeah, my friends fell through the floor.
That's funny.
Was horrible. But it was, we grew up. It was.
Yeah, so
we came from Southern California with money, and then with family, my dad's business, big shit happened. But
Yeah, I mean, we never went without we never went hungry and things like that. But we lived back and forth. We lived with my stepdad and then back to my grandparents, things like that. So it was tumultuous, but it was never like we didn't have anything.
Yeah. And that's
I think, but there's still like a connection to that real world where I've had knives pulled on me in the city. I gotten beat up on the basketball courts. These billionaires they don't have any connection to any of this, any of it. Not even, they couldn't even fathom just normal day-to-day life like most of us live.
And same thing goes for their kids. So they're, it's the same, they go through the same life.
They're raised the same.
And it's them, but it's also when you grow up with money, you have money all the time, and you live in those neighborhoods. You go to those, you're hanging out in different neighborhoods. You're going to different stores. You're going, like living out here in Vegas. You can see it a lot. You have areas that are very rich, which is in every city, has a rich area and then a poor area. But where we were, Chico, it's not really like that. Everything's kind of just, poor and then kind of rich. There's some rich people, but not like rich people, like Bay Area rich or
there's not rich people. There's Ken Grossman who owns Sierra Nevada.
Yes. Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. So you never really got to see that big shift of I grew up poor and stuff. So it was like whatever. But out here, I'm like, oh, damn. Where I live around people that are like poor. Yeah, we have homeless up there and stuff like that. But it's just the neighborhoods. Like here you have neighborhoods that are like, whoa, driving through some of these neighborhoods, like, holy shit, at night.
There's money.
Like North Vegas.
Like fuck you money? Because not a lot of people in Chico have fuck you money.
No, yeah. Well, there's all that here. But also on something the other end too, where you go through neighborhoods where I'm like, roll up the windows, like fuck, like it's kind of like I'm not getting out of here at night.
Oh yeah. I mean,
and but
I remember being in the project in like Providence, Rhode Island.
And that's what I'm saying. That area where we grew up, and where I grew up, kind of Chico Paradise, we didn't have that. We had Southside Orville, which was bad, but I worked there every day, and it wasn't that bad. There's some places here I'm like going, damn, and that's just big city. I didn't grow up with that, so now being here, I'm you see that then like the there's fuck you money here. There's houses that are huge.
It's a very wide spectrum, and I think that statistically is like the pay gap between the haves and the have-nots is as big as any time.
It's a different life. That's what I'm saying. You grew up this whole You grew up this whole life where you don't have a struggle. You don't have
nothing.
You get what you want when you want it. It's just not that you have to struggle, but it's just this to see it and live it. That's why I kind of like having my kids out here now. They get to see it's different. There's still some of that in Chico. There's still some of the I see some kids who turn 16, they get like a brand new Range Rover as their first car. Yeah.
I'm like, Jesus
Chico's
Christ.
There's a lot of that.
I think it's there's some really wealthy farmers, like big scale farmers, I think. Where I'm like, you got a brand new 2024 all white pimped out Range Rover. That's got to be six figures easy.
Yeah. They do. I would deliver to these places.
I drove my 98 Ranger today.
Yeah. When I would deliver to those ranches, you pull in their house and you go to their personal place and you see their garages and the cars they have and the and the kids. Yeah, the kids, what they're driving, and like, damn.
Crazy.
And that's what I'm saying. A lot of them, they'll never growing up that life and never leaving that area, which they kind of used to how it used to be more like generations would just, take over the business. Kind of like now it's changing where kids are finally like getting out into the world and not necessarily taking over family businesses. But back when we were at school, that's what it was. It was like, oh, I'm going to take over. And, they just roll right into the family business, and it goes from just money to always having money.
Money to money.
Screwing someone, they don't know what that's about. Like, what do you mean? I don't know. Whatever. Someone doesn't get. Well, you don't get to go out to eat this week, or like to them. It doesn't. It's not. It. They don't live it. They've never felt that. They never. When you never feel that, you're like, fuck you. You don't care. You're just there. Your life is just to make more money. So you're told you need to make more money. Money makes you happy. Remember those posters? Remember those posters in school? I remember the one we had in class. I don't remember what class it was. It was on the wall, and it had like graduate. Don't graduate high school, and it had like a old kind of beater red car.
Mm-hmm.
Graduate high school, get like a Honda. Mm-hmm. Graduate college, get like a Mercedes. Get a master's degree and all this stuff, and like a Lamborghini and stuff. It's like, it was just showing you, if you don't,
which is bullshit, because get a master's in social work, you're not driving a Lamborghini.
But I remember that shit. Like, it was like, I'll never forget that poster. And I remember there were red cars too. I'll never forget that. It was the last one was a Lamborghini, it was a Ferrari. I'll never forget it. They were all red cars, but I don't remember the first, but I remember like the graduating high school, like, you got a Honda. That's going to be your level, Honda Accord. I'm like, damn, I'm going to be driving a Honda the rest of my life.
I'd take a nice new Honda Accord right now.
And then, then graduate college. Oh, you might be in I forget what it was, like a BMW or something. And then, get your master's. And, at this, it was just one of those stupid posters back in the day.
Stupid ass posters.
But it was just,
we had those. We had the dare to keep kids off drugs. Those just say no.
Everything had to sign a contract for back then. Why did I make sign?
Oh, we did. Yeah.
Sign a virginity contract.
Oh yeah, I never had to sign a purity pledge. Were you ever in a church that had to sign a purity pledge?
I
think some people did. I
think they did have something like that once. I believe so.
Yeah. I know people.
Yeah, on a Sunday school thing or some shit like that, if I remember. But
yeah,
I didn't do too well in Sunday school and stuff. Like,
no,
it just wasn't my thing. I just would go, but yeah, I'd get in trouble. But
we didn't do a lot of church until I was in like high school. We started doing a lot more. So I kind of missed some of the like campy Sunday school.
I did camp one year.
Yeah,
I did camp one year, and then I got sucked into choir tour. The only reason I did those things because of Sarah. She did
two-step.
So that was a way for us because she couldn't hang out. Her family was like, her parents were like strict, like crazy strict. Like, she couldn't go over and sleep over at a friend's house on the weekend. She'd have to have like a week's notice. Like, every night on the phone, 15 minutes timer, talk on the phone. That's like, it was crazy.
Oh.
So we never got to spend time together. So we would do they'd let her do anything churchy. They'd let her do whatever.
And you were right there two-stepping.
Yeah. I was two-stepping. It's the only way in. I had to find a way in. So next thing you know, I'm at fucking choir tour in the back. It's like,
hey, yes, Lord.
Because for a week, and there's one, we went to Vegas. This was years and years and years ago, but we'd spend like a week and a half traveling just everywhere, and like no parents don't like. We were just like, hell yeah, but they didn't care. Oh, she's doing a churchy thing. Fuck yeah, mm-hmm.
That's awesome. Clever.
But yeah, like, so I was like on my way in. But yeah, so it was funny.
Shoot your shot, player.
But yeah.
And now look at you. You're at adult video conventions. Shooting photography.
This is wild. Yeah, that's what was funny the other night when I was coming home from that. Sarah does she doesn't care, but she does a stripper pole class. They have out here. They're really good too because they got the professional teachers.
It's pretty intense, huh?
So yeah, we were driving home, and
is that what she was coming from when I watched her in the background and she had this like scandalous thing? I was like,
yeah, she's coming back from class.
Hi, Sarah.
But that night, I think she was I think she was talking to her mom on the way home or something, and like, her mom will call and stuff like, "Oh, how are things going there?" I'm like, "Well, right now I'm driving home from stripper class, and my husband's driving home from a porn convention." So that's how our life has changed since we've left Chico.
Good.
It's like, hey, you're in Vegas now. Got to do Vegas shit.
It's fantastic.
But that was just funny. Like, yeah, shit's changed.
I love that. How was stripper class? Good. How's the porn convention? Fantastic.
Yeah, that's stripper class. You ever see those like videos?
Yeah, they come across my feed every now and then.
holy shit. She shows me some videos and like the stuff that they're doing, like, god damn.
Wow.
Like, yeah, like holy shit. You have to have some core strength and stuff. Oh hell no, I'd be ripping that thing out the wall.
I've seen those videos too. Like,
that'd definitely be videos. If I get on one, it's just video, because this thing's getting like there'll be fucking bolts flying everywhere, just sheetrock, powder. Yeah, that pole's getting bent.
It's hard. It's a talent. Yeah, I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
Well,
I look forward to it though.
Sounds fun. Maybe I should install a stripper pole here in my house, and then.
Oh, when I get a house, we'll get one. I'm gonna get one.
That'd be fun.
Make the dining room into a stripper pole.
Like if you had the money where you could just push a button and it like converts your living room into a stripper, like a strip club.
Yeah.
Then you press the button, and everything goes back. It's just books and something classy.
You can find houses out here that are crazy. Like weird shit's gone on out here. Oh yeah, when I'm looking at homes,
people probably got sex rooms, huh?
Oh, everything. Well, you assume it was a sex room, because like sometimes there'll be a private room off a master. Like I've just by looking at houses out here, you find homes.
Just looking at the floor plan, you're like,
yeah, like some you're like there's a studio in it. Like some have podcast studios, like a lot. I've seen a lot of the houses have like professional podcast studios, like sound booths and weird stuff. But then you'll have some that are like, what was set up in here? Like there's soundproof rooms, but there's no furniture. Like this room was soundproof for a reason. There's cameras, like you can tell they had lighting setups. Like, okay, what was being filmed here? Like, so you find weird shit out here.
I'm sure you do.
Yeah, it's weird. And some homes with basements that have just weird. It's been kind of cool. And you never know whose house. Shoot, around the corner, Jose Canseco's house was for sale. So could have bought Jose's.
Canseco.
Yeah, it was only going for like 1.3 or 1.4 million.
Bash Brothers.
Yeah, I was looking at it and I'm like, why does this guy have so many damn baseball bats at this house? And I was just looking online, scrolling through it, and then a couple days later, it was on an article around here, and it's like Jose Canseco's house for sale. And it was the house like, oh shit, that explains all the baseball bats.
Yeah,
and it's like literally like around not too far, 2 blocks over from here. I'm like, holy shit. And that's another thing that's weird out here. Same thing like that. You're like, damn.
And didn't we drive by Wayne Newton's house, or am I
his old place, his old compound? That place is wild. It's huge. It's been for sale forever. I heard they're trying, I think maybe making it into like a museum kind of thing.
The Wayne Newton.
It's huge. I think there's like 6 or 7 homes on it. There's 2 Arabian stalls because he loved Arabian horses. So he has 2 training facilities on there. There's an airplane with a hangar there.
Why not?
Yeah, it's this huge place. Look on Google Maps. Yeah, it's right by where our clinic's at, like literally across the street. Drive by it every day. But yeah, it's his old chateau or whatever it's called. Big white gates with like gold things on them.
Just gaudy.
Yeah, I thought Tyson lived behind him for a while too. I thought someone told me that picture with Tyson with the tigers standing in front of the house was, I think that's when he was neighbors right there also.
You think he pulled his punches in that fight?
Oh, 100%. I actually, you know what? I don't think he did. I think Paul did.
Really?
I think he got in there and age caught up to him real quick.
Yeah.
I think the adrenaline ate everything. He's not in good health anyways. He's not in very good health. And I think it just got to him quick. I think he gassed quick, and you can see that Paul could have knocked him out. I just think he didn't want
boring as hell. Yeah, he didn't want to put Mike on his back.
Stupid. It was, but I'm sure it was. Yeah, there was always a fix in those things. I mean, Mike just bought a $23 million mansion in Miami, so he's not.
Don't fight, Mike. Just go live in your mansion.
It's like you just, but this is the problem though. This is why he has to fight. Why did you go buy a $23 million mansion? Like, bro, you had to sell your stuff here and live in a
weird.
Move because you ran out of damn money, and then you go get one fight, and I think $13 million mansion. I'm sorry. I think he made 24.
Okay.
I think he made 24 from this fight, somewhere in there.
He spent more than half on the house. That's probably not a good choice.
That's why I'm like, well, what the fuck are you doing, Mike? I'm like, God damn it, dude. You'll be fighting again next year.
Damn it, Michael.
It's all over. He's all over again. It's like he has his weed company. It's like, concentrate on that stuff, man. Get off the fighting. You got lucky on this. Was just don't.
Yeah, stop.
And then you go buy a $13 million mansion in Miami.
Your brain can't take those punches, man. We shouldn't be punching each other in the head.
It's sad. It's sad. I can't watch those. I can't like bare knuckle fight I was watching the other night. It was on. And I can't because there was some old fighters. Ben Rothwell. Remember that guy, Ben Rothwell?
Vaguely.
He was a heavyweight fighter years ago. And Eddie Alvarez.
Okay.
Jonathan Stevens or something like that. These guys have been out of the UFC for a few years, and now they're doing this bare knuckle. Which I can't see these guys get knocked out again. It's like, are you doing this because you need money?
They're doing bare knuckle fighting, just fist fighting.
Yeah, it's just basically fist fighting. It's becoming big, and then they have that slap fighting.
I see those clips too. Just
why and of course, who fucking promotes that?
Dana White's always in the fucking background.
Yeah, Dana White, the guy that slapped around his wife. So it's only fitting he has a slap fight company.
Really? They all do that, man. What?
It was on. He did it on fucking in front of people. It was on video and shit.
It's predators moving flocks.
Yeah, but it's like you see these old guys fighting. Like, it's like, stop. It's sad. It's sad. Like, have you seen Chuck Liddell? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I saw it.
It's sad. It's like, I know he's not fighting anymore, but you can see what fighting's done to him. And that's the sad part. That's why for a while there, I stopped watching fighting a little bit. Because it's like, damn, because you're starting to see.
I can't even watch like old clips of NFL of like the hardest hits throughout history. You're like, that's how we used to hit each other. Holy shit! No wonder.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, oh
my god, I cringe. I'm like,
I don't like it. I don't like when a guy gets hit in a game and he's like, when they're down, it's it's like, oh shit, that sucks. It's when what gets me is when they get up and they're wobbly and like you can tell they're not, and they're still trying to get up and go, because I know that feeling. That was me multiple times, and it sucked, man. Multiple CAT scans and all that shit, and I didn't know what's going on. So when they do that, you know that they're not there. They have no idea where the fuck they're at. They have no what's going on. Their brain is just sloshed. That's
when Tua did that thing, I was just watch the Dolphins.
I'm like, I'm done. I change the channel. I can't watch football the rest of the day.
No,
it's just I get, like I said, I was been on film. We watched film on Monday, and like everyone's laughing because I got knocked out in the middle of a game. Ran into a guy carrying the ball, and boom, I hit him so hard that I knocked myself out. I got up, and one time I got up and ran to the wrong huddle. I went to the other team's huddle. I started running.
Funny now.
On film, and I realized and turned around and walked back. I never left the field. I was, fullback, and then, middle linebacker, and then the kicker and the punter. So I just never left the fucking field. And definitely have head trauma. Yeah, there's time. Yeah. But same thing. That's why I can't watch that stuff now. I'm like, forget it. It's.
Yeah, I don't like those old clips. Hardest hits in the 90s. You're like, Jesus Christ, how did they not die?
I would play, like, that's how I played. I had so much anger in me. That's why I fucking choke kids out in wrestling too. I knock kids out. Yeah, kids were literally afraid to wrestle me. Like, they would turtle in the middle of the mat. I would knock kids. I'd fuck kids up in wrestling. But in football, same thing. Like, I got to hit people as hard as I could. I played like Ray fucking Lewis. I did. I would knock. I bent multiple face masks. My face mask would be bent. I used to have them. Fire took care of them, but I would have kept them. But yeah, I knocked the kids to the point where it's not like, oh yeah, I would. I mean, I was 5'10", 260 pounds. I was bench pressing 350 pounds, 3 times. I was
just a mean son of a
body
bitch.
Fat. Oh yeah, I was 8%, 9% body fat. I was I was just mowing people. And same thing in wrestling. I was ranked 8th in the state of California in wrestling for like 2 months.
That's because California's a bunch of limp-wristed liberals.
Yeah.
That's crazy. 8 in the state's wild. That's
but yeah, I was just, but a lot of that was just, a lot of it was anger.
Anger.
just frustrations and just life shit. But yeah, no, I would. So it's that head trauma stuff. I can't. When I see it now, it's like, I just
I don't know why.
Two is the one I just can't watch.
TikTok always tries to give me those slap boxing, and I don't watch them. I don't know why it keeps
slap boxing. Is like I can't. Like why?
So
why do you want to get slapped? Like I'd rather get punched than slap. Slap just seems like the sting that just it seems like a punch. You just like
bro.
A punch does suck. I mean, neither one I don't want to get in the face, but
I don't like
these guys. I see them get slapped in the face, and their whole face is like
just red.
I don't know,
beet red.
Because it's almost like a punch when you're getting slapped by these guys. These guys' hands are like clubs.
Oh yeah,
it's not like you're getting some guy's soft lotioned hand like this.
No,
it's like they're winding up. So you're getting like almost a palm punch along with the slap.
Right enough for like in the jaw.
Yeah, like when they get slapped too. When this is I kind of laugh every time. Like when they get slapped, it's like where the hell? Like their head had dust in it. Like poof. Like this guy got fucking dust knocked out of him. Like where did that come from? Like it's like where did that like dust? How do you? That's how hard he got hit.
How much these
guys out of this motherfucker?
How much are they making? Couple $100,000 a year just to get
not even that
shit getting slapped at them.
UFC fighters aren't even making that, the low end guys.
They're not really.
No, they don't get paid shit unless you're a big name guy. So I'm like,
just all the undercard guys just fighting. They get paid.
They don't pay shit. Dana White don't pay shit. That guy don't pay shit.
But he's almost a billionaire, isn't he?
Yeah, he's the other one. Like people say, look what he did to his business. Yeah, look what he did to his business. He grew it. Congratulations. You made $1 billion, fucking sold it for billions and billions. Congratulations. Look how many people you fucked over to do it. Look how many fighters you fucked over to do it.
Bunch of poor fighters, probably, huh?
Yeah, fighters that are, eating out of straws and all this shit that made you to, the Forrest Griffin and Stephan Bonner fight. Those guys beating the living shit out of each other for you. You make billions and billions of dollars. No, I don't want to pay for your medical. I don't want to pay for this. I don't want, fuck you. We ain't paying you shit. Take away your sponsors now. You're going to pay from us for sponsors. We're going to spread it out to everyone so everyone makes more money. Bullshit. That's what those guys used to make their money from, was sponsors. Now you take it. That's like, yeah, he did an amazing job for business. Yeah, you can say that, but he fucked everyone over on the way to get there.
See, that's the problem. And you can do it legally. That's the problem with the system, is that you could do it. You can color in the lines and still fuck people over.
And they'll say there's more for it. If it wasn't for me, if it wasn't for those fucking fighters literally bleeding for you, giving their life
out of them.
Yeah, in hopes that they make it to live to be 60. It's like fuck. Most of them wind up back, and that's what sucks too, because a lot of those guys are drug addicts, shit like that, and they get into fighting and stuff because it's that adrenaline it gives you. It's like the high of a drug, and that's why they do it. It keeps them off the drugs because they're getting that high through fighting, that adrenaline and everything. And then once they can't fight anymore,
they're just discarded.
If they're not disciplined enough, it's right back to the drugs again and stuff.
Well, all these people should have fucking medical for life. I think, like the NFL players, all those. Like you got hit in the head over and over. You should have free medical for life. That company's making so much money off of you.
It should be a requirement. If you have any professional sport, if you're going to start a professional sport, you're going to have your athletes or whoever is going to be taken care of medically and everything. It should just be done. But of course not.
Yeah.
Of course not. It's not. It's because that's a whole lot of money that,
a whole lot of the green shit.
Mm-hmm. And in the end, that's all it is. But
let's get the fuck out of here. I'm ready to go make some food.
I know. I'm hungry.
I'm hungry now. All right. Well, thanks for listening, everybody. We'll talk to you soon. Like, subscribe, all that good shit. And we'll catch you on the flippity flip.
Later.